Why, hello there.
What up?
Hi, I'm Will. Who are you? Why are you in my office?
Dude with a beard. I'm the hobo from down the street. Not up here, guys. But the actual beard's gone.
The beard was too much.
The beard was too much. It was time for a haircut, and yeah, the dude in Breaking Bad can pull off like a nasty radical goatee.
You less so.
Yeah, I can't.
So you make videos for YouTube?
I do indeed.
You make videos for YouTube based on Total War?
Yeah.
So we've seen these videos. You guys might have seen. Todd came along to the Rome event. We ran around the set of HBO's Rome and pretended to poo in a Roman pooping station. Thanks, Craig. So what we did is we invited you here. What are you playing?
I am playing some more Rome 2.
Specifically
the Prologue campaign. And we're literally at the battle, the penultimate battle. The Samnites have sallied out from their final settlement, and I was marching to utterly annihilate them with lots of artillery and legionnaires, but they've decided to fight an open battle against me instead, which it's going to go horribly wrong for them.
So rather than fight you kind of in a standard pitch battle like siege walls, city fight, they've come out of the settlement
where they had a chance.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, they've come out. I think they may have been fleeing from a possible Gaul invasion, which
from a Gaul invasion from north. So what would have been a nice kind of like sit back, throw some siege artillery rocks at them, take things leisurely. You now have to fight them in. It's not even open ground. I see trees and terrain.
It's trees and terrain.
Okay, so the Samnites have sallied forth rather than engage you in a siege battle. As you can see, this is pretty much like, this isn't even open ground. There's woodland, there's terrain to hide behind. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this does not suit your playing style. This doesn't suit your army.
No, this doesn't suit my army. My army, at the moment, is kind of my siege army. Got 3 Roman onagers.
Mm-hmm.
They were planned to be blowing down, or just blowing up walls, destroying walls, knocking them down. And then I had sort of a mix of heavy and light infantry to then storm in and kill anyone that had survived the initial bombardment.
And just quickly, the reason why you're laid out in that formation is that's because they've sallied forward to attack you, right?
They've sallied forth to attack me, yeah.
So you didn't get a chance to change your formation or your layout before the battle?
Well, spread the cavalry out to the right at least to try and use them as a flanking force.
Oh, okay.
Later on in the game, but the rest of them are pretty much where I got the initial deployment from. Okay,
so bam, let's go. And unpause.
Unpause, away we go.
Boom. So, talk me through what's going down.
So we've got Hastati and Legionnaires in kind of my front rank here.
Okay.
Behind this hill, which they can't actually see the enemy from here with the new line of sight system, but the onagers and cavalry, I believe, can. We've got a few of the levy slingers, the enemy levy slingers, just chilling on the outsides of the forest there.
Okay.
They're not actually pushing towards me, so I may have to. Well, obviously I have to meet them in combat. I've got the numerical advantage. If I can meet them in open battle and try and draw them out.
Okay.
At least they're about here, anyway.
Now, you know your history much, much better than I do. But so far as it was explained to me, the Roman war machine was ideally suited to fighting open ground kind of pitch battles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas like things like Teutoburg Forest, where they got absolutely annihilated, was because they didn't get a chance to kind of engage in the way they would usually.
It's a highly organised force and strongly well organised formations.
Yeah.
Teutoburg Forest, obviously, their prime example. They didn't have the time to deploy.
Yeah.
And because of that, they were overrun and annihilated.
Okay, so let's get in the thick of it.
As we get up to the top of the hill, we're seeing more.
Yeah, but have you noticed they're reforming and pulling back?
They're reforming and pulling back, yeah. So that's a response to. Oh no! And now they're seemingly reforming forward. They've seen my cavalry move up on the right flank. So perhaps looking to engage there. But meanwhile, I've pushed over the small hill that I deployed behind with my best troops, my legionnaires,
and
my Hastati. So I'm going to push up with my own skirmisher unit on this sort of like hill here, and I'm going to try and use that as perhaps a bit of cover or to push up on their flank here. Meanwhile, in the centre, push up with my main body of infantry. So I'm using as the hill as cover.
What, from the slinging levy?
From the slinging levy, yeah.
Okay.
They may be able to obviously.
If you need to concentrate on the battle, just you let me know, and I'll take over commentary detail for the guys at home. Those onagers, which you can build a tiny micro version in the collector's edition,
which I pre-ordered.
I'd like to say that was a state-enforced shameless plug. I fucking love the tiny onager.
It does look awesome. The rally point that featured that does look like it's.
Oh yeah, tiny Cheerios were thrown at Peter Stewart's head. Yeah. Pretty much all I brought on set for. Sorry, back to the battle. So this is looking pretty good. You got main body of infantry at the front. We've got cavalry flanking around on the right, skirmishers flanking around on the left, heavy artillery behind your main engagement, and then additional
reserve triarii.
Okay.
I'm bringing up, but I may need to actually deploy some of those triarii up on my left flank, where I've got some Italian cavalry coming towards my.
But it doesn't.
Valete.
This isn't the entirety of their force, though. This is what I'm seeing this, but they must have more troops somewhere.
They're either hidden in the forest, or they may have left some back at their settlement as a garrison.
Okay.
It did seem like they pushed out with a reasonable force.
I see. This is one of the things I always love about campaign battles. I mean, this is from the prologue, so it's kind of a war within a pocket. But the units that you have to work with and the units that you fight against aren't always optimal. They aren't always the ideal. Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, the cinematic cam, putting you on the sort of shoulders of your troops, is definitely a feature that's going to lose me more battles than anything else, because I can just sit here and just watch now. I'm done.
Yeah,
my job is done.
You've got the bird snaking across the sky.
You've got the general sort of going like that with his sword.
Light glinting off the armour. This could probably. See, the thing is, this all feels very calm, very controlled. And either you're going to do amazingly in this fight and everything's going to go as planned,
or it's going to go horrifically wrong.
Yeah, it just has that air of, everything seems to be going well.
And it could all be going wrong here, where we've got cavalry attacking my flank and I haven't brought my triarii up in time.
Oh god. Well, they're getting quite a few good range shots off, but
flaming shot, and they are actually making enemy cav waver.
Ooh.
And the flaming shot is going in there. I don't know if we've done enough. Yes, we've shattered them just in time.
That was
to
lucky.
pull them back. But the rest of my Roman forces, onto the tactical map view now.
Yeah.
As you see, the enemy is pressing upon that line, so I'm going to have to get back into the action and reform. Tactical map. Zoom! And I've got more cav coming on all of them there, so I'm actually going to stop all those guys advancing to sort of brace themselves now for attack.
Okay. So you'll use your main infantry force to just stop the advance.
Try and stop the advance. Meanwhile, I'm pushing out the triarii to try and hold back some of the mobs on the left flank.
So that quite literally mobs.
So that my skirmishers can re-engage. While it's going on, my units are actually breaking in centre, which I'm hoping that, yeah, they're Hastati, so it's not my elite troops, otherwise I'd be a bit disappointed with their performance.
Go over that in their review.
Yeah, you did badly here. Meanwhile, the rest of the troops are...
Are you taking friendly fire from your onagers?
I believe I have let the onagers fire away at will, but their shots are actually missing at the moment. We've got a poison round, which could be interesting. So if we can get one poison round on these levy slingers back here. No, there's triarii. Yeah, you don't want to be in my army, because most likely you're either going to get a flaming javelin
to the back,
or you're going to get a poison onager round.
Let's be honest, a poison onager round is basically just a big dead cow, right?
I believe so. But we've managed to push in with the rest of the Hastati.
Guys seem to be holding fine. I mean, your main infantry is...
The main infantry is holding, and we're actually starting to wave and break some of the spearmen. Hastati charging in.
But while they're engaged, they can't lift their shields to protect themselves from the javelins that are coming from up. Are those javelins or rocks coming from the hill?
I think they're rock. Oh no, they're javelins. They look like... Oh no, we've got slingers, that's what it is. Yeah, little rocks.
Okay.
Lots of little rocks.
And because your troops are engaged in combat, they can't raise their shields to protect them from additional incoming fire, because they're too busy fighting. It's not... it's a bit of common sense, but...
So this unit of veteran legionnaires, they've managed to hold and they've pushed back several units. Well, they do have the title of veteran, so
yeah,
you would like to think they do alright. Use the whip. force them to press on. Meanwhile, the flaming javelins from the Velites seem to be going down a treat.
A flaming treat. Oh. It's friend and foe alike.
Friend and foe alike. Oh, no. But we have managed to break the majority of their army, and my cavalry can now swoop in to mop up. It's cleaning time. So over on the left, the Velites are finishing the Italian swordsmen off. So we can get a good shot here.
We divide the spoils.
Well,
but there we go. We don't have time to finish that, or even the cavalry to come on in.
Well, congratulations, you could say. You handled that with ease. Again, coming back on this one, I mean that was a clean sweep.
That was a clean sweep with, I mean, plenty of mistakes made. I left my Velites on the left without any Triarii support, which the enemy cav did try to push up on early. They recognised that they were a weak target, that they could mow them down. But what they didn't count on was that I could set my javelins on fire.
Fire, the folly of many a great general. But as I was saying earlier, before the fight really started kicking off, is that what was interesting about watching that from my perspective was that, unlike a historical battle or another one, this engagement was completely born of, like, you have pushed the Samnites right to the edge of their last area.
Yeah, this is definitely on the back hill.
You took what was the ideal kind of like siege breaking army, kind of army I really like, you know, lots of good infantry, lots of good siege weaponry, and they went, no, I'm not going to fight you on your terms. I'm going to sally out with my troops.
So
mess up your day.
Very rapidly had to redefine all the roles for my troops, which I thought I'd got clear.
Yeah.
Because I assumed I was using this to besiege a settlement.
Yeah.
Which normally, you know, a lot of skirmishing, keeping the majority of my infantry away from the walls until they're knocked down, and then just walking in casually. This, they actually had to fight quite a tough fight in the main infantry line.
Yeah.
And a lot of my skirmishers and my cavalry didn't really feature too much because I was using them as a flanking force.
Okay.
And the onagers as well, you know, trying to lay down some kind of heavy fire support, which might have grazed a few too many Roman souls. But thankfully, the veteran legionnaires and the Hastati did their jobs. They held the line and won the day.
Well, congratulations. Well, so yes, this has been Let's Play with Lionheart, aka Todd. No, it's not the other way around. I'm allowed to say that because it's in the internet. And myself. Right. You probably want to get back to some more battles.
Yep.
Right.